On a quiet Wednesday afternoon, October 16, 1991, ordinary people filled Luby's cafeteria in Killeen, Texas. They were parents, soldiers, teachers, and retirees, stopping for lunch, sharing laughter, living their everyday lives. Without warning, a truck crashed through the glass. Within minutes, 23 innocent people were gone, and 27 others wounded. It was one of the deadliest mass shootings in American history. But this story is not about the killer. It's about them, the people who should still be here. Each name, each face, each memory deserves to be remembered. Patricia Brand Montgomery Carney, 57, from Belton, Texas. Patricia was known for her warmth, her kindness, and her steady compassion. A mother and friend to many, she enjoyed simple moments and always put others before herself. On October 16, 1991, Patricia was having lunch with friends at Luby's cafeteria when the gunman drove through the window and opened fire. She was among the 23 killed that day. The people who knew her remember a calm presence and gentle humor that filled every room she entered. We remember Patricia as more than a victim, as a light of kindness extinguished too soon. Jimmy D. Carruthers, 48, from Austin, Texas. Jimmy worked hard to support his family and looked forward to everyday joys. Lunch with friends, a good conversation, the comfort of routine. That October afternoon in Killeen, he was seated among dozens of ordinary Texans when chaos erupted. He was one of the 23 lives taken in an instant of senseless violence. Friends remember his easygoing laugh and the pride he took in doing things right. We honor Jimmy as a man who showed up for others and lived his life with quiet dignity. Creamhilled Kim Davis, 62, from Killeen, Texas. Known to friends as Kim, she was a kind neighbor who gave freely of her time. She loved visiting with people around town and could turn strangers into friends. On October 16th, she was at Luby's for lunch when gunfire shattered the calm. In those moments, she and others tried to help one another. She was struck and killed that day. Kim's compassion and warmth are what her family remembers most. A woman who found joy in connection and whose kindness endures in memory. Lieutenant Stephen Doty, 43, from Fort Hood, Texas. Lieutenant Doty had served his country proudly as a career officer in the U.S. Army. A husband and father, he balanced discipline with humor and humility. On that October day, he stopped for lunch at Luby's, a place filled with families and service members. When the shooting began, he acted instinctively to protect others, a reflection of a lifetime of service. He was shot and killed on sight. Friends and colleagues at Fort Hood remember his leadership, his faith, and his devotion to his family. We remember Lieutenant Colonel Doty as a soldier and a gentleman who lived with courage to the end. Deborah Gray, 33, from Copperas Cove, Texas. Deborah was young, ambitious, and full of life. She loved music, laughter, and time with family. On October 16th, she joined co-workers for lunch at Luby's, never imagining it would be her final day. When gunfire broke out, she tried to take cover with others near a table, but she was fatally struck. Deborah's energy and kindness are still spoken of by those who knew her best. Her death left a hole in hearts that never fully healed, but her life remains an example of kindness and grace. Dr. Michael Edward Griffith, 48, from Copperas Cove, Texas. A well-known veterinarian, Dr. Griffith devoted his life to healing. He treated generations of pets and was beloved by clients and their children alike. That day, he went to Luby's for a quick lunch between appointments. He became the first victim when the gunman opened fire. His death shocked the entire community, a man who had saved countless lives, taken in an act of hatred. His patients' families left flowers at his clinic door for weeks. We remember Dr. Griffith as a healer, a neighbor, and a man of quiet compassion. Alphonse Gracia Jr., 71, from Copperas Cove, Texas. Al was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. He loved the small rituals of life. Lunch with his wife, a good story, a day shared in peace. On October 16, 1991, he and his wife Ursula were seated together when the attack began. Both were killed side by side. Their daughter, Susanna Hupp, survived, forever changed by that loss. Al was remembered as steady and protective, a man who valued honor and family above all else. His love lives on through those who speak his name. Ursula Susie Gracia, 67, from Copperas Cove, Texas. Susie was Al's devoted partner in every sense. She was gracious, thoughtful, and a loving mother. That afternoon, she sat beside her husband at Luby's when the truck crashed through the window. In moments of chaos, she tried to shield others even as shots rang out. She died alongside Al, holding his hand. Their daughter later became a powerful advocate for victims' rights, ensuring their memory would not fade. We remember Ursula as a mother, a wife, and a woman of unwavering grace. Venice Hennihan, 70, from Metz, Missouri. Venice was visiting family in Texas, spending her retirement years traveling and enjoying the world she had worked hard to see. She stopped for lunch that day at Luby's and was caught in the violence that erupted. Loved ones remember her as a nurturing, good-humored woman who enjoyed gardening and community life. Venice's story reminds us that tragedy spares no one, but her gentle spirit endures among those who loved her most. As we pause here, we honor the first group of lives remembered in this tragedy. In Part 2, we continue their story, the remaining names, the final moments, and the enduring message of remembrance that still echoes in Killeen today. Thank you for watching and joining us in remembering. This channel supports victim assistance and anti-violence advocacy groups nationwide. By subscribing, liking, and sharing, you're helping our channel grow and keeping their memory alive.